Greetings from the Erie Coast. This is Mad Shad. On this wonderful Monday. Wow. Labor Day. Wow. I don't have to go to work. What? Which is kind of bittersweet because that means, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I only have 3 days left on a work week. And we're going to try to cram everything we can into those 3 days. It's usually how it works. So yeah, I'm enjoying this day as much as I can, And from the immortal words of Beatrice, time enjoyed wasted is not wasted time. Anyway, it's a great day. The temperature has dropped. Usually it's like 80, which is bearable, nice and bearable. Good day, It's in the 70s, breezy, kind of weird. Like, wow, like just like that, summer is over. But it's still a good day. Still a good day. Tell you about those who did not have a good day. Those Americans that were trapped in Afghanistan, left there by Trader Joe and his malicious slash incompetent regime. At least we forget 13 servicemen and women died at Abbey Gate, Kabul, Afghanistan, along with 200 other poor souls. 300 plus people lost arms and legs and limbs, things that don't go back, a lot of them service members as well. Every day, never forget, and never forget whose fault this is. And yes, deploy knife hands. But there was hope. Folks getting him out. Task Force Argo, Task Force Pineapple, Project Exodus, Project Downward Christian Coalition, Mighty Oak Foundation, just to name a few. And least we forget that 800, 900 plus individuals are still incarcerated over the J6 debacle, held there as political prisoners without sentencing, without bail, torture, solitary confinement conditions, someone lost an eye, there have been suicides. Every day, never forget, and never forget whose fault this is. And yes, definitely, deploy more knife hands. But there's hope. Thousands of people, family, friends, loved ones, charitable organizations, law firms doing pro bono work, even some senators, congressmen, representatives, judges, former presidents, soon to be president, and Supreme Court getting into the fray. Meanwhile, found this interesting. I've been a Wu-Tang fan since the day it came out. Boom! I was all about some Wu-Tang. I mean, Wu-Tang. What can I say about it? If you don't know, then you don't know. What rock you been living under? Anyway, 2015, they released a album called "Once Upon a Time in Shaolin." It was one record, one album, sold for $2 million. $2 million. It is the rarest record. This is a record. Rarest record out there right now. It's wow, 2 million. It was with stipulations. Okay, so there's stipulations on this. So if whoever buys the album is legally bound to not release any of it for 88 years. Yeah. 2015. So 2113 would be when it is released for all to enjoy. It was sold for $2 million. It was bought for $4 million, $4.27 million by another guy, another rich guy who got hemmed up on some charges, fraudulent stuff, money shit, and so the DOJ got a hold of it, and they've now put it in a museum, Mona Museum. Sorry. Welcome to Cleveland. Where 500 people were only 500 people have heard this album. Only 500. Um, and it's under lock and key in a safe. It comes out. People bring it out. Boom, here you go. And they listen to it, and then they take it under armed guards, put it back in the safe, and everybody is just like, wow, I'll never hear that again. Yeah. And from those who say that, from those who have heard it, they say it's good. They say it's really good. It's one of the most polished albums that Wu-Tang Clan has ever put out. But they are definitely calling it a work of art. It's, I don't know. I mean, I'm curious. I'd like to hear this. But I won't. I will not hear this unless somebody lets it out. Now, the guy that got hemmed up on charges, he was releasing little tidbits of it. He did make a CD, which was confiscated, and he had been just letting out little snippets of the album from time to time, which is against the contractual agreement, right? And it's a hell of a controversial ordeal. 2113 is the scheduled release date for Once Upon a Time in Shaolin, which was sold in 2015. I don't know. Do the math. I don't know. I mean, I love Shaolin. And will I die and never hear this amazing album? I don't know. So yeah, I found that interesting. Last night's Sunday reflection, tipping point. Thank you all very, very much. I had technical difficulties abound. Couldn't see chat. Couldn't see anything going on. But I rewatched everything, and I wasn't able to see chat even after that. Maybe I'll be able to see chat in a day or two. That's how it works. So if it's crazy. It's interesting indeed. So yeah, if you haven't watched that, proceed with caution. Not safe for work at all. Not safe for your kids at all. So proceed with caution. If you have a fragile little mind, you might want to guard it. So yeah, the tipping point, and it was inspired. It was inspired by my boys from Ohio. Right? They're always inspiring me, always, which usually leads to some type of deep contemplation and reflection. For that, thank you very much, brothers and sisters. And all of you out there on the mean streets of YouTube, you just keep me going. You do. You keep me going. There's times when I'm just like, I don't want to. I got better shit to do, I don't want to make a video, but hey, I do it anyway. So I have been informed that September 5th I will lose all emails. Really? I will lose my emails because I have way too much in storage or some shit. I've tried getting in there and cleaning out things and deleting things, and yet still this email deadline exists. I don't know. Whatever. I'm about over fucking technology. Really. Oh, they're really doing something out there. But anyway, tipping point. Aurora, Colorado. So I'm watching out the window here, see what the fuck's going on. Ooh, fast movers. Whoosh. So yeah, I mean, and this is nothing new. Okay, that's an ambulance. Oh, that's a policeman. Ambulance and policeman going that way, so something happened. I don't know. So lots of things, lots of. It appears that things are very, very vague about what's going on in Aurora. Um, you know, are the HAs going to ride out? Well, I mean, some members have said they are. Maybe, I don't know. But what is the extent? Do they just do a drive-by? I mean, like, do they just roll through the street? 10,000 strong. There's not 10,000. All these bikers. Do they just drive by this place and just to say hi? Hey, we're here. I don't know. As a legit club, I can't see them, doing anything rash or, whatever. But it would be cool. It would be cool if we could see a show of force, right? But where does it end? Where does it end? It appears that the whole art imitates life, life imitates art kind of thing. Because from what I understand, looking at all the crazy TikTok footages and things of that nature, everybody just jumps on it and goes, "Wow, have you heard? Wow, have you heard?" And then they show some old ancient footage of just bikers driving around, at various events and things, and say, "Oh yeah, that's them riding out right now." Trust and verify everything. A lot of that footage, I looked at it, I was like, that looks eerie. That looks very familiar. And sure enough, yeah, it is. So that's the funny thing about the social media. It can create a stir. It can create something out of nothing. And it's a creative device where art imitates life. I don't know if you can call it art. If editing is an art, I guess it is. Editing and splicing, which is extremely easy nowadays. But it appears that something is going to happen. I don't know what. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's I'm just in the dark as much as you are. But it's something that we have to address, is that wishful thinking. Wishful thinking. Like, I wish that the world's most notorious biker gang would just roll on down there and take care of business, right? Wipe them motherfuckers off the face of the planet. I mean, really? I mean, I would have liked to seen the residents of Aurora say, "Get out." That would have been more impressive than some notorious biker gang. The most notorious biker gang. Biker club. I'm sorry, biker club. But it just, when things become desperate, you have to be careful of this hopism, this hopium. That, wow, somebody's going to do something. It's got to happen. Well, did they do something back 3 years ago? Yeah. 4 years ago? Yeah. Did they do something during the C19er? Yeah, no. Nobody did. Did they do something back in, with the, the Afghanistan pullout? No. J6? No. I mean, all this hope, it's kind of disgusting. Yeah, it's good to have hope. But when does hope turn into a lie? When does hope turn into a fantasy? I mean, maybe that's all you have is hope. Here's the interesting thing about hope faced with desperation. And I learned this watching 9/11. People that were up the 73rd floor or whatever, I forget. They were underneath the burning impact zone of the Twin Towers. They jumped hoping that they could survive. And it was explained that it's impossible. It's impossible that you can fly. It's impossible that you can jump and glide and grab onto something at 80 miles an hour as you're falling from the sky. It's impossible that you're going to survive that. But faced with the reality of the flames literally burning their backside, an intense fire burning their backside, they were left with no choice but to jump. Did they choose their own death? But a lot of people, and I've actually done it myself, where you just jump and you think, I'm going to survive this. I'm going to grab that. I'm going to do a flip, a somersault in the air. I'm going to stick my arms out. I'm going to glide a little bit, and I'm going to land on my feet, and I'm going to bend my knees, or I'm going to, do a parachute roll, do a landing roll, and I'll be fine. None of them survived the jump. None of them. But they all talked about it. It was funny. They all talked about it beforehand. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. All I got to do is go that way. All I got to do is go. Yeah, the wind's blowing from that way, that direction. If I jump that direction, and yeah. The hope. To have hope in a hopeless situation. To believe that something's going to happen. Something divine intervention, perhaps. Some special ability that you would gain. It's interesting. Interesting and foolish at the same time. But you never know. There's always luck. Lady Luck often smiles on some folks, So you never know. You never know. But this hopium that, some notorious biker club is going to put an end to all this shit. Where does it end? Does it end in Aurora? Does it end in what? What they're usually they get compensated for shit like this. Usually because they're putting themselves in harm's way. What if they sent a bill to the Aurora mayor and said, "Hey, here you go. You're welcome. We got rid of your problem for you." When it's the mayor himself that facilitated this problem. Where does it end? Where does it end? And never mind the local Leos that are trying to do something about it, yet keep running into shall we say brick walls. Lack of funding, lack of resources, lack of lack of manpower. I mean, but they're still trying. They're still trying to devise a plan or whatever. What if the people of that city, Aurora, just all got up one day, instead of going to work, they went to the Edge apartments. But nobody cares. That's the thing. Only us. And of course, those people that were affected by it, who are receiving no help, by the way. A very limited help. They had to move. Or they had to stay and pay. At what point do we realize that we have crossed over the Rubicon and we are at the tipping point? Because that can happen there, it can happen anywhere. No, it's because of this situation and that situation. So they have filed for eviction notices. Yeah, so that's the latest. Is they have filed for eviction notices to be served to everyone at the Edge apartments and other apartments as well. Really? You've been served. And what if they don't leave? Well, if they don't leave, the sheriff's department is supposed to show up with a moving crew and literally take your shit and put it on the street. Put a deadbolt on the door and say, that's it. Take care. Good luck. I mean, that's what the law says. That's what they do when they evict someone. The sheriff's department show up, usually one or two guys. Here's your papers. Here's the moving crew. We're moving your shit out. Bye. So, how's that going to work with a alleged violent, armed, foreign, illegal alien gang, where most of them don't even speak English? They all got guns. Have they get guns? Right. Well, they stole a bunch of them. They robbed a bunch of gun stores. They robbed private citizens. They bought them on the streets. Yeah. Might makes right, right? So anyway, I've rambled on way too much here. So the hopium. The hopium that the Hells Angels and the Outlaws, apparently, which they absolutely hate each other. Absolutely. Big rivals. Big rivals. Going way, way back. So the hopium is that they're going to save the people of Aurora, Colorado. Okay. Yeah. I'll be waiting. I'll be waiting and watching on social media where all this started. All this began, all the big buzz, all the big hope. So anyway, without further ado, I'm going to end this. Go Devildawg Prepper. Go Team Devildawg. Fuck brain surgery. Go sub to Devildawg Prepper's channel. Give him some subscriptions. Watch all his content. Comment and share. Yes, let's get that brother up in subscriptions so that when he is done recuperating, he can just jump right back into this thing. And also, it is September, National Preparedness Month. Yes, and challenge has been issued to show something that can teach people something about prepping, right? It makes sense to be prepared. And the more people are prepared, the better off your village, your town, your apartment complex, your city, your state, your nation will be. Yes. So yeah, and Go Team Linda. Go Team Linda. Fuck cancer. She is still fighting cancer, still kicking ass and taking names. So go check out Team Linda. Um, she doesn't have a channel, yeah. But please give your love and support to Team Linda. Yeah. And then go Team Joe. Go Team Joe. Fuck addiction. He is doing the things. He is fighting addiction. It's been 2 months now since his last drink. Working on 3. Amazing, amazing, brother, amazing. He is going through a lot of hardships, a lot of heartache, physically and mentally. So go check out Joe Morgan's channel. Give him some love and support. This has been Mad Shad. Every day, never forget. Bonus or knife hands.